So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing you want to do, grab it and just drop it right up in here. Right, we'll keep it the way it is. Or you can go to File, and then you can go to Open and find your photographs. And I'll bring in another one, and since it's around Christmas, December 15th, let's bring in Santa Claus. So the first thing you're gonna do is take different photographs of yourself with different reactions, right? Happy, blown away, angry, whatever, and point at different things. We're gonna flip it though. So right here, you see flip tool, click on it, click on the picture, and now she's flipped. And the first thing we're gonna do here is remove the background. So I'm in layers over here. I'm gonna right click here, right click. Now I'm gonna go and select add alpha channel. Now that's gonna make it possibly transparent. Then I'm gonna take my paths tool, which is right here. Or I can press E as in Edward. So click on that, and now we can start just outlining where we want to move. And we're going to remove the background here. So if I hold down Control and scroll up, I can get bigger here. And I'm going to just speed this up. But the more time I spend on this, the better it's going to look. So let's move our picture. Hold down the space bar and just move your mouse up and down to reposition the picture. And then Control to scroll up and down to make it larger or smaller. I'm not going to take my time doing this. I think you get the point here. Now here I can go outside the box, no problem. Control, scroll down, make it smaller. I can just skip straight across over here. To connect these two, I'm going to hold down Control or Command and click them. So I can also go back over here and move this around and change things. And this is a quick, easy way to do it. There are like 5 different ways you can remove backgrounds in Gimp, and there are tons of lessons out there. I link one below by Logos by Nick. He shows you all 5 ways quickly. Once I have this selected like this, all I'm going to do is press Enter. And now you're going to see these little ants going around. So now all I have to do, if I hit delete now, I'm going to delete the Santa. So hit Control, put Z as in zebra. What I want to do is invert that. I want to delete the outside. So go up here to Select. See, it's on top here. Select, come down to Invert, or press Control or Command plus I as in invert. Invert that. Now you can come back down here and press Delete. So if I go back over here to Santa, and if he's not selected, could have been because if I go up here to Select and I go down to Select None, that's what you did. So come back down here to From Path. And he will be selected. And to create some kind of feathered effect here. So while it's selected, I'll go up here to Select and come down here to Feather. And there's a 5.0. We can make it 10 and click Enter. So that's just made that smoother around there. Then go back up here and go down to Select None, Shift plus Control or Command plus A as an apple. Now that we have Santa Claus feather out, looks pretty cool. We can go over here to Rotate tool. And of course you can rotate Santa any way you want and have yourself pop in or twist in. You can also go over here and you can rescale. So if you hold Control, right, you can kind of grab a corner here. Let's grab the middle with this and move it around, and then grab a corner, and I can rescale and grab the middle to move it. And this is your move tool. And play around with different selections here, like the rotate. Here's my transform tool. If I want to cut something off, I can crop it here. And then there's your tool to make it go skew and things like that. So there's a lot of things you can do with this, and it's pretty simple to do. Just play around with it. So now my background is gone. So now that we have that one, we'll have to do the same thing to the lady up here. So you're going to see a lot more dots. If you're trying to get more detailed, and the more time you put into this, the more detailed and the better it's going to look. I'm just showing you what a detailed, well, somewhat detailed. I'm not being really perfect here, but I would zoom in more and do it a little bit better. But I just want to show you what that would look like. So we're going to do this the same way. We're going to continue down over here. And when these two get close, we're going to hold down Control or Command and click. What we're going to do now is go over here and grab this tool right here. This is our free Select tool. I'm going to click on that and then go over here, and yours may drop down here, the selection, but go over here to Mode and go over here to the third box, Subtract from the current selection, and click that. So now we can go back in here and get this area we missed, and I'm not going to do this perfectly, but I think you get the point. So now that's all there, and then let's move it back over because I did a terrible job. Let's grab that, move it down, or just cut that off. Something like that. Right click on the picture over here and go up to Add Alpha Channel. Now go over here. I'll go up to Select, Invert, and then we hit Delete. So now the background's gone. So we know now to do the hair and things like that correctly, we can use something like this, which would be the Foreground Select tool, or we have to do it through layer masking. And I provided links below. Once you have your background taken out the way you want, your picture looks good, your image looks good, then you want to export this as a PNG file. So go up here to File, come down to Export. We'll call it Santa, but make sure the extension is PNG. Click on Export. You know where it's going. And if you open it up, as you can see, it's a PNG file. And now you can put that in a video any way you want. You can still move it around and things like that. Then we can actually start creating our thumbnail. Remember, at the end of the day, your thumbnail should be 1280 by 720. Videos we're bringing in here are very large. So what I would start out by doing is going up here to image and going up here to image scale. Then I would change this. Make sure this is locked. That's unlocked. That's locked. Make sure it's 720. And then rescale that. I'm holding Shift plus. Yep, unlock. What that does is it gives you an idea of where you can put yourself. So for example, click on the move tool up here. I'm going to click on this and I can put them over here. I want to bring this picture into this picture. So grab this picture, let's drag it over to it's right here, then drag it down below that picture. If I grab this picture right here and move it up, see the white line go above? You can react to that. I'll go down to the bottom picture, click on the move tool up here to the left, and move them over just a hair. So I'm going to go up here to my rectangle tool, and I'm going to just drag it and bring a line down here. Then I'll grab the middle of it and I'll move it right in between the two pictures right there. And then I can go up here to Edit up here and go down to fill with foreground or background color. Let's go yellow. And I can change that because that's what I have, foreground color, and that's my background color. And then you click on the A right here, text tool, or type T, change that color to something like that. So move text around and you can do something like that. I'm going to change the colors in a minute, but it gives you an idea. And then they'll come over here again, and then here they'll put the name of the song. Get a little bit smaller. Up here I can change that, make it 60. Then if I click on this, it gives me different types of letters, but those correspond to different types of fonts as well. But that's how that will look. And then she may go over here. What the? It's not the colors you would use or how this would go. And I'll probably have, if this is yellow, that will be yellow. That kind of thing, so match some colors. But this will stand out. I have to probably make this match her blouse. So what I would do with that is click on the white there. Click on the EyeDropper right here. Bam. Go down to her blouse and click on that red. So that will be one easy reaction cover if you have a picture of yourself looking like that. So if I want to grab Santa, first thing I'm going to do is rescale him. Back up to image. Those are locked. 720. Let it rescale. Now we'll grab him. Take him over here. And drop him down right above her. And there he is. So once I have him selected, I'll click on the Move tool and just move him over. Then we go to the Scale tool right here. Scale him out. Click on him. Drag him out. Click right here in the middle. You can move him there. Now scale him like that. If it's yellow, you can move it. You can also rescale it. So I can make it bigger, grab it here in the middle, and move it over. So let's go back over here, where you can have her here, and then she can actually pop up, right, and go, what? You know, there's a lot of things you can do. And having a PNG file like this, you can move her around the video any way you want and rotate her and so on and so forth. The other one I've seen is where they have two people, one on each side. They have what they're reacting to in the middle. For that one, we can go with maybe him and him. Now we have to cut him up. So let's go ahead and go to our crop tool. Click on that. And we're just going to come down here and make it more vertical. Double click it, and there we go. To him. And now what we're going to do is we're going to make this wider. Let's go over here to image. Go to canvas size. Make sure that's off. And type in 1280, not 1260. And click resize. I'm going to drag him over to here and bring him down here. Like that. Then we'll go to the Move tool and we'll move him over like that. You can drag him out to get rid of the right. Let's drag him out to get rid of that little white edge around him. And rescale that. Go to our Move tool and now we can move over a little bit. Kind of like that. We'll go over here and grab her. And we'll drag her here and bring her down beneath them. Click on the Move tool. Move her over right in the middle. Right, and then again, you can bring in things from Google and ping files. For example, and make sure they're transparent. You can bring in different emojis. There are a lot of free emojis out there. You can also do OMG. And you can bring those in. Let's see what we have. And it's not a ping file, as you can see. But what that will look like would be something like this. Put that on top. Scale it. Click on it. Right, so and again, you can do that. Then you'll bring in your text and your titles. Right, and then you can also put something over here in his fro. Go over here to the color. Let's highlight that. Let's go over here to our color picker. Let's pick his blue. And you want to match colors as much as you can. That's just some of the things you can do. And now what we want to do is I want to create a white outline around her. So to do that, I'm going to left click over here on her and then right click to get a drop down menu. I'm going to go and add alpha to selection. Once I do that, I'm going to go up here to select, go down to grow. I'm going to grow this by 15 and press OK. As you can see now, there's a white line outside of her. So now I'm going to go down here to create a new layer. Transparency, OK. Drag it below the woman. Go up here to edit. Drop down to fill with foreground color. But here I don't want white. So I'm going to click here below it. Click over here. Drag this, go up to white. So I'm going to go up here to edit and come down here to fill with foreground color. So there's our white. So then what we're going to do is grow off of this, because I want to have a pink flame coming off of the white. So let's go back up to select, go back down to grow, 15 again, press OK. So now we have more growth. We go back down to create a new layer, press OK. Drag that below the other layer. Now we go over here to our foreground and background. I'm going to pick some kind of pink here. Press OK. Go up to edit. Fill foreground with background color. So now we have our pink as well. Then we go up here to filters. And check out these filters. There's so many you can use, but I'm going to go to a blur. Gaussian blur. And bring it over a little bit. Let's move that over. So that's here, as you can see. You can actually move it out like that if you want. So now we have something like this. As you can see, we have the pink around her. Go up here to select, come down to none. And there you go. All right, I'm going to show you one more trick I think you will like. Another trick we can do here is once we get to this point, I can come down here and create another layer and press OK. And if it's not below this bottom layer, then move it down here. Is go up here to edit. And I can fill that with a color. I'm going to use pink again here. So now everything is gone. So that's really cool. But then I can go up here to mode and start playing with different modes. I'm going to take the opacity down to half. And there's so many cool things you can do here. And just play with the opacity to get the effect you want. But this kind of stuff will really make your thumbnail stand out. So now she pops out a little bit more. Bring some more opacity back into that. So that's a pretty cool thing you can do. You can also take this pink, put it above everything. And you see how now you'll get this pink invasion. So these are cool ways to just bring your thumbnails to life and play around with this. If I go back to my modes and I select something like hard light or anything I want to put up here, and say if I only want this pink to be in a certain area of the video, what I can do now is go back to my paths tool. You remember that. Click on this. And I'm going to go ahead and do a line just straight across like that. Outside. Hit Control or Command right here to connect that. And once I have that connected, press Enter. And now you're going to have the lines going around. And remember, we're not going to invert this now. Just hit Delete. So now we'll have this. So now she's clearly separated from them. So that's another little trick you can do. And you can use any shape you want. You can use a rectangle to a circle here and just fill that in and blank it out. So there's a lot of things you can do in Gimp. But this is just a cool way to add flavor to your thumbnail. So let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and please leave your ideas, requests, and or thoughts below. I would love to hear from you. Please like, share, and subscribe. I am trying to reach 1,000 subs. Thanks again, and have a creatively great and blessed day.